basically eliminates an entire job of tedious printing, faxing, confirming, and uploading of documentation with employers. It's a massive time saver.
My name is Brent Kell. I serve as Chief Executive Officer of Valley Immediate Care. Been here almost 21 years. I've been working on building our occupational health program for at least a dozen years. One of the challenges we had with advancing the RACMed program was truly communication. That's across the board. And I think if you ask, 90% of our employers what they thought the challenge we were working with us was, they would tell you communication just like we would.
I'm Michael Berger. I'm the Business Relationship Manager. Before Cowork, when we were dealing with interacting with employers, it was a phone call here, a fax there, missed paperwork here. Probably the most consistent complaint we get from employers is lack of communication.
My name is Carly Vandenbush. I am the Director of Business Operations. Some of our biggest challenges with ACMED billing was the timing. So we would have to print invoices, fold them, put them in envelopes, and then send them in the mail and wait for the employer to get them. Our billing department has saved a tremendous amount of time since using Cowork with the ability to not have to print our invoices and send them in the mail. The fact that we can upload them real time and submit them to employers instantaneously that same day has saved us a lot of time, not only in getting the employers their invoices, but also with us receiving payment from those employers.
You free up time, you free up space to go accomplish other tasks.
Really, really rapidly, a lot of employers jumped on board and told us how much they'd like to use Cowork to communicate rather than the old style of faxes and phone calls. I think it kind of reinforced that idea that Cowork was really a good tool to use.
The main thing we get from the employers now is, thank you, this is awesome, because we can communicate with them in real time by sending it electronically, and it's all HIPAA compliant.
They don't always remember what it's called, but that new thing you're using is really cool. We like that communication. We get great information. If we got questions, those questions are answered real rapidly. So at least anecdotally, the employers that I know in town have really embraced Cowork.
Before Cowork, if an employer hadn't paid their invoice, we would have to check our EMR system periodically throughout the month to see if the invoice had been paid. And at that time, send reminders either via mail or phone call. The ability that Cowork has to send the automatic payment reminders for unpaid invoices has saved us as a company time and money.
It simplifies all of the paperwork. That saves quite a bit of time, probably 10 to 15 minutes per patient.
Those employers are going to be stickier. I think that employers that get used to using Cowork for communicating with us with Cowork are probably going to be more dedicated to us than brand X that's not using Cowork.
It simplifies everything and puts it into one place, and everybody gets notified at the same time. That is, in a variety of ways, the single most common compliment we get about this system from employers.
Whether it be communication regarding results, their invoicing, just the general overall platform itself has been efficient for both us as a company and all of the employers that we serve.
We're definitely getting busier, which is, I think, at least part due to using Cowork.
It allows us to communicate with all departments at once, drastically reducing the interdepartmental communication around employer needs and meeting those needs. And as well as the outbound, we now communicate with an entire company instead of just one person at that company, and can do it all from one platform. It's quite beautiful.
As before, you'd have to wonder if they received it in the mail, and now with Cowork, I can see when those employers have viewed the invoices that we've sent them. It's also a benefit for the employers that when they pay online through Cowork, they get an automatic receipt.
Before Cowork, it was all paper trails and faxes. Now, whenever we have information, we simply drag and drop into Cowork, and it's done.
The fact that you can upload invoices real time, communicate with the employers regarding the invoices, or if something needs correcting real time is a benefit. Instead of having to wait for a phone call or email from them, you can communicate through the platform.
Working with Cowork as a company, simple, clear, concise customer service. You have a question, they respond to you with clear answers. They follow up, and they go out of their way to ask, what else can we do to serve you, and actually follow through on those things.
Cowork has gone a long way to solve those communication issues for us.
It's a better system, saves you man labor, and way less paperwork.